Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, March the 2nd, American Citizenship Day, Dr. Seuss Day. It's also R.C. Carr Day, National Egg McMuffin Day, National Banana Cream Pie Day. All of those things happening. Read Across America Day. March the 3rd, which is on Sunday, is the 33 Flavors Day, since it's 3-3. So it's 33 flavors. It's Canadian Bacon Day. Caregiver Appreciation Day. I have a whole new level of appreciation for caregivers after seeing firsthand what that's like. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's National Anthem Day, National Cold Cuts Day, Peach Blossom Day, World Hearing Day, and World Wildlife Day. All those and many other things happening. National Tartar Sauce Day. I mean, you got to mention that. All that happening this weekend. And speaking of food, Adam Richman, the food that built America. We're going to chat all about that coming up.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A new study found that reusable water bottles can contain 40,000 times more germs than a toilet seat.
Yeah.
The investigation, conducted by researchers with WaterFilterGuru.com, I'm sure they have nothing to benefit from, sent samples from everyday reusable water bottles to a professional lab, revealing surprising levels of bacteria contamination from two main types of bacteria. Gram-negative rods and bacillus. The first is particularly concerning due to its increasing resistance to antibiotics, posing a significant infection risk. Meanwhile, the bacillus, Bacillus bacteria, could lead to uncomfortable gastrointestinal issues. So, I don't use reusable bottles.
You do.
No, here's what I do. I buy bottled water.
Reuse
then I reuse that bottle.
They're still reusable bottles. It does.
Is that probably worse, maybe?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
It's way worse.
Probably is worse. No, I don't know what to do. I gotta just start drinking out of the hose. That's what I gotta do. That's what it is. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know the United States, the U.S. state of Nebraska, the state of Nebraska, Nebraska,
You all right?
It's a state. They recently announced, this is really weird. It says the U.S. state of Nebraska.
Okay.
Well, the U.S. stands for United States. So if I say that, the United States state of Nebraska.
Okay.
We're going to move on. They announced they'd be retiring their tourism slogan. So Nebraska, honestly, it's not for everyone. That's what they've been saying for 5 years. And, yeah, that's seriously, that was their slogan. So they're done with it. But here are some other slogans that many people didn't even know. So like Rhode Island, cooler and warmer. That's their slogan.
Okay.
Idaho, famous potatoes.
Yeah.
That's another one. Washington, say wah, because it's W-A.
Okay.
And everybody agrees the best slogan is probably Virginia is for lovers. So that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Some good slogans. All right, we don't know everything, clearly, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. CBS has revealed their new cast for season 36 of The Amazing Race. I cannot believe there's that
Holy
many.
cow.
Premieres March 13th, and there's a big long list of people on here, but if you want to read it, you can do it. It's in the show notes for today. If you build it, he will come. Kevin Costner working on his own Field of Dreams following a very public divorce. The Yellowstone actor has partnered with a developer in Utah to bring a $40 million film studio to St. George, Utah.
Oh, that's
Studio
cool.
plans to break ground on 153,000 square foot studio space in the spring or summer, depending on the permit process.
Wow.
And Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy got another Oscar boost, picking up awards at the 30th Annual Screen Actors Guild. Oppenheimer won the Ensemble Award, and Murphy leading actor in a motion picture for his title role. So I watched that movie with my son, and it's a 3-hour-long movie, and I could have scrunched it down to 2 hours very easily.
Yeah, you said. I
And
did not watch it.
It wasn't a bad movie, but there's so much of it, I'm like, why are they just get to the point? So I don't know. I could be wrong. I clearly have no class. You've listened, right? I don't. I watched it while eating beef jerky. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. The Oscars are on the 10th of March, so that's sneaking right up. And the Oscar gift bags now are worth more than $125,000.
Holy cow.
So if you go to the Oscars, they give you a gift bag. So they have to bribe you to come to the Oscars, apparently, with a $125,000 gift bag. Why is it that we do that? These are the wealthiest people on the planet.
They can buy all of that stuff if they want to.
It's like, we're going to give you guys all of this wonderful stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't get that. So anyway, that's happening. And
we probably wouldn't mind if we were invited.
yeah, well, they keep losing it in the mail for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the way we speak about them. That could have something to do. Traditionally, workout centers see a sharp increase in popularity right after the new year. But apparently, gym attendance in the United States has flatlined in the early part of 2024. Trainers are blaming Ozempic. It's not.
Which is?
It was that drug that people are taking.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just because the trendy weight loss drug is helping people lose weight without the bother of actually going to a gym, apparently. But they say it's because Ozempic and similar weight loss drugs have been causing people to become nauseous and sometimes vomit during workouts.
Yikes.
One trainer says he has seen a handful of new and experienced clients that were vomiting while taking that drug because of dizziness and nausea that it can be induced by the drug. 28-year-old said she has been sick twice at the gym since starting on the drug. Fortunately, the trash can was handy, she said.
So then stop taking it.
Yeah, that would be one plan, Heidi. Some gym goers say they are still doing their workouts, but they know they have to do it on an empty stomach.
Jeez.
Experts say the side effects of Ozempic explain why, for the first time since early pandemic, foot traffic at gyms has tailed off in January and February. So I have not tried this. I'm losing weight, but I'm doing it a different way, a safer way, without a bunch of drugs, without a bunch of stuff. So again, if that's your path, that's a choice you make, I'm cool with that. You do you, I do me. We're all good. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Adam Richman, who has the best job in the world. You've got this program that just came back on the 25th. It's called The Food That Built America. This has got to be the best job ever.
It's the best. I mean, I'm one of the presenters throughout the whole series, but the research that the History Channel does, to partner with the stuff that I do individually and those cool reenactments. And honestly, it's just super inspirational. And it's fun. You get the coolest facts to have at the water cooler.
And I think that's the best part. When you watch this program and you learn all of this fun stuff, either at the water cooler the next day or at the next party you go to, you're the one everybody wants to talk to because you got all this fun stuff to talk about. What has been your favorite thing that you've learned from the program, The Food That Built America?
Well, so for example, this season, the SpaghettiOs is one of the main products that we feature. And to think that it took one executive to go, wow, there's 20 million kids, like the baby boomers, kids who GIs to turn, tons of kids in America. Let's do the first spoonable pasta for them. He realizes he can create an O-shaped pasta very easily by cutting tube-shaped pasta into little teeny rings. But what's really cool is that I bet people didn't know is that the shape was inspired by the Sunday Funnies and the thought bubbles, the funny papers.
Oh.
And that's why there's 4 different sizes of O. So it looks almost like the thought bubble thing. And the way it got the iconic jingle, one of the executives brings some home for his son to try, who spills some on his T-shirt and says, "Daddy, spaghetti-o." And then it became one of the most enduring jingles of all time. But it was this superhuman moment between a father and his son that created it.
I love that. And sometimes inspiration comes from bizarre places. I'm reading here about a cab driver that put candy and ice cream together, and that became a huge phenomenon too.
I mean, without that cab driver, and it's the truth, he had been making ice cream with his mom and his family, and he bought a churn. And this guy had no real engineering background, but he realized if he slow churned the ice cream, he got a more like creamy, aerated, lovely texture. And that's what I mean. It was like necessity being the mother of invention. And he went on to inspire Ben and Jerry's. And Ben had a condition called anosmia where he couldn't really sense taste very well. And so the idea of adding chunks of different things and more bold flavors to ice cream came out of necessity and created this iconic flavor that we now know and love.
I love that. And the thing that's really fun, when you're watching this show, you learn about things that happened like during our lifetime, but then there's some things that happened way before any of us were around. Like in the late 1800s, nowadays we think about a pharmacist, they're wearing a white lab coat, they look very polished and professional. Back then, they were almost mad scientists, weren't they?
For many cases, it's medicine, as you said, the 1880s, 1870s, it was mostly Civil War battlefield medicine that was just now taking root in American cities. And a lot of these doctors or pharmacists, they were making health tonics. And a lot of them did actually have merit. But using things like birch bark or sarsaparilla root had been around since Native American cultures, finding medicinal value. So you make a tonic, add it to some fizzy water, suddenly Dr. Pepper is born. Doc Pemberton makes Coca-Cola. And it's kind of amazing to see that, soft drinks have this really kind of cool history connected to our national history.
How many different episodes are there for this season that's out right now? Do you know?
But I believe this is the 12th episode.
Well, in every episode that you watch, you learn so much, and it's so fun to watch these. And if people would like to catch Food That Built America, they can find this on the History Channel. When is the program on? When can we tune in and catch this, Adam?
All right. So it's Sundays, 9 p.m. Sundays, 9 p.m. History Channel. Honestly, it is not like the boring AV squad brings in the TV to your 4th grade classroom. Super weird and stuffy and lame. Like the reenactments are visually beautiful and superhuman, and I don't know. It's to me impossible not to be both entertained and constantly have a no way kind of moment.
Absolutely, it is so much fun to watch. Adam, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, sir.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Again, the Food That Built America. You can catch the program on the History Channel. Our guest today has been one of the many talented people who work together to serve up this delicious program on Sunday evening. See what I did there? A little food lingo. It's called The Food That Built America. Adam Richman has been our guest. Thanks for joining us this weekend.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
During World War II, the United States rationed shoes. Citizens were allowed 3. Wait,
three
shoes?
What?
The average person has 2 feet. So, I don't know. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
I wonder if it was 3 pairs. Maybe that's what it was. All right, back here. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
According to mathematicians, there are 177,147 ways to tie a tie.
Wow.
My favorite, though, is the guy who interviewed with us where he just tied it in a knot.
Tied it in a
That
knot.
was so funny. And Heidi left the interview. She
had
literally
to.
left because she started she was laughing, and she's like, I'm so sorry. I gotta run the other room. And then later I was like, what was that about? She goes, did you see his tie? I'm like, yeah, I just got over it. I mean, he tried. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Albert Einstein never memorized his phone number. Huh. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The human brain cannot feel pain. Wow. I didn't know that. Several
I didn't
cool
know that
facts that we
either.
learned today. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. The average woman begins to regret this after 70 minutes. What is it? I would say even quicker than that.
Marriage.
No, wait, what? Turning your microphone off. No, they regret wearing high heels after 70 minutes. Yeah. I did an event where I had to wear high heels for this event. Horrible. I'm walking around and I'm like, why do you do this? And they're like, oh, because they look so good. I'm like, I've never even noticed high heels, ever.
Oh,
so if
you
you're doing
do
it,
too.
no, I've never noticed.
You do
No,
too.
don't do it, ladies. It's a trap. Don't fall for it. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A woman walking her dogs on a British Columbia beach made a surprising discovery amongst the trash washed up. Her own long-lost wallet. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Marcy
that's
Cowart
crazy.
was on the beach of a remote island where she and her husband live near Tolfino. She spotted something familiar in the sand. She had dropped her wallet in the water while boarding a boat in June of 2023. She later realized her misfortune. She paid a diver to search the area, but no results. The unrelenting power of the surf eventually dredged this billfold to the beach, and she happened to be the one walking past.
That is awesome.
She said the wallet had cash and cards and ID, everything still remarkably in good condition as well. So
That's crazy.
That is so crazy. Very, very cool. I've never lost a wallet in the water or on the beach or anything. I've never lost a wallet anywhere. Which
haven't
now
either.
I've
Knock
said
on
that.
wood. Yeah,
I've said it out
exactly.
loud. I'll probably be losing that within a day. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Funniest tweets of the week from women. So how about this one right here? Why is it sometimes eggs are the most delectable meal you've ever had in your whole life, and then randomly one day they're an abomination that you have to choke down before, like you're being force-fed eggs?
That's true.
You have that
I've
too?
noticed that.
Yeah, there are times that I love them, times I'm like, yeah. Another one on the list here. You can't take away snow days and make them remote learning days. Snow days aren't about learning. If God wanted children to learn, he wouldn't have made snow. I like that. Another funniest tweet of the week. We'll do this one right here. This will be our last one. My daughter woke up at 6:06 today instead of her usual 6 because we let her stay up 5 hours past her bedtime last night. 5 extra hours of being awake because she slept for an extra 6 minutes. Very nice. Several fun things on the list today. You can find that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Mark Twain. I've always enjoyed his quotes. He says, "Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first."
That's true.
I do like that. That's a good quote. And it's a good way to think about things. Because there are some people who feel like,
They're owed
I deserve this and I
everything.
deserve
Yep.
that. I'm like, I've just
It
never
drives
been.
me crazy.
I've never been that way. I'm like, I deserve nothing. And if I get something, I'm like, oh, thanks. That's awesome. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. What an amazing story from Giles County, Tennessee. Brave teen rescues woman in a wheelchair seconds before being hit by an oncoming train.
Oh my gosh.
In a heart-stopping act of heroism, 18-year-old Lily Baker is being hailed as a savior after risking her life to rescue an elderly woman who was stuck on the railroad tracks in a wheelchair. Lily was on her way to meet friends when she noticed an older woman struggling to navigate the railroad tracks in a wheelchair. Without any hesitation, Lily jumped out of her car and rushed over to assist. However, their attempts were thwarted as both Lily and the elderly woman fell twice, struggling to get out of harm's way. As the pair scrambled to their feet, Lily suddenly realized the imminent danger. A train was fast approaching. The blaring horn, the flashing lights signaled the urgency of the situation. He was honking his horn. The lights were flashing. I was like, oh no, we got to go now. She reclaimed the terrifying moment. With adrenaline pumping, Lily managed to pull both herself and the elderly woman to safety just seconds before the train sped past. The narrow escape left Lily shaken, describing it as a, quote, near-death experience.
I can't even imagine.
She said the railroad company later informed her that they were only 18 inches away from being struck by the train, sending shivers down her spine. So there's a video here of her not saving the lady, but a video of her talking about it. And there's a photo of her at that intersection. Nobody was watching with a camera snapping images, thank goodness. Because
you would think, it would be nice if somebody else would have come over to help too if they're standing there.
I have seen that.
Yeah.
Where I've seen videos where some horrible thing happens. I'm like, why would
somebody's
you?
just standing off to the side with a camera.
Like, look what I got for TikTok. Yeah, how about you go
Right.
help him instead? That would have been way better. So anyway, kudos to this young lady. Again, she's only 18, and she is already a hero.
That's
So,
awesome.
Hats off to the hero. I've got a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.